Trapmore gang, when it comes to King Von, okay, there's not many stones left unturned at this point. I have covered the King Von, Youngboy, Quando Rondo, Lil Durk beef in more depth than anyone has ever covered any kind of drill music phenomenon, okay? It just is what it is. But I just seen something. It passed me by, but I've actually just seen something I've never seen before. And this really blew my mind because there is a clip going around of 600 Breezy, okay, the infamous 600 Breezy, okay, the infamous member, stepper, legend. I met 600 Breezy, okay, at No Jumper. I popped into part of his interview. He was a really great guy. Caught up with him. You know, I really see a lot of potential in him. He really been through all the ups and downs in the industry, and I got nothing but love and admiration for 600 Breezy. But he dropped a bombshell in this Vlad TV interview 3 years ago. And this completely passed me by. Okay, this slipped me by. This went over my head. I didn't catch this. But this clip, I don't know how this passed me by. But in this clip, and this kind of changes, does it change? This kind of changed everything. In this clip, he said that King Von actually saved 600 Breezy from allegedly getting his house shot up by 4K Trey and Youngboy affiliates before the incident with Quando and Tim on November the 6th. So before I play you this one little clip from Vlad TV from years ago, I just got to tell you, okay, there's been so many different rumors about what was the real reason that King Von and Youngboy had this beef. What was the real reason that King Von decided to swing on Quando Rondo that night that ultimately, unfortunately, led to Lil Tim taking a decision to open fire and take King Von's life. There's been loads of rumors that I've heard, okay? Obviously, there was that infamous video, You Got Cap in Your Raps, where King Von calls out Youngboy. Okay, that was because he was listening to a song where Youngboy's talking about he got bodies. All right, around that time, Youngboy was claiming to have 7 bodies. King Von claimed to have 7 bodies himself. But even more crazy, okay, what actually led to that? Well, there was one rumor going around on Reddit that I've covered in a previous video that someone was actually impersonating Youngboy on Instagram, spoke to the real King Von and convinced him that they were about to do a song together and that King Von sent him a verse, and then the guy just disappeared on him, and basically King Von either really thinking that Youngboy was playing with him or being tricked, or maybe his ego didn't want to let him think that he had been tricked. That's when he started calling out Youngboy. Allegedly, some leaker, some guy on Instagram impersonating Youngboy might have been the reason for this. There's another theory going around that I've heard in a few different interviews and little drips and drabs here and there, that Youngboy and King Von were actually messing with the same female. There's been rumors of some girl called Blue going around that maybe they was actually messing with the same female. There was a rumor that Youngboy had actually called King Von on Smoke, being like, yo, you mess with my girl, is my little side piece or whatever, and that ultimately led to their animosity behind the scenes. But now a new theory has come out, and they're talking about King Von actually saved 600 Breezy from getting his house shot up because Youngboy actually called 600 Breezy because Breezy and Youngboy was apparently messing with the same girl, and Youngboy was actually going to get Breezy's house shot up, and King Von stepped in and saved him, and maybe that's the reason. Maybe this is the reason why this all happened. This is crazy, and this slipped me by, but let's look at it.
Yes, sir. And you gotta put that into the equation.
But Von was the aggressor for things that people don't know. Like, I personally know shit that the internet don't know, but everything ain't from the internet.
Okay. And
when I first got out of jail, you know what I'm saying? Like, I supposed to not like Youngboy because I was with a female that he fucked with.
So he's saying when he first got out of jail, him and Youngboy weren't supposed to get on. He was messing with a female that was messing with Youngboy. And just for context, okay, this interview, Vlad's basically saying, look, Lil Tim wasn't necessarily in the wrong because King Von was the aggressor in that situation where he unfortunately lost his life. But ironically, Breezy says, look, there's other reasons why they was beefing that ain't for the internet. And then he says it on the internet. Shout out to my guy Breezy because he keeps it very real. All right? But he's basically saying, yo, I was messing with the same chick as Youngboy.
And Von calls me, like my homies can vouch for me. But he called me from Just Blow phone. And Youngboy is supposed to call him and told him, oh yeah, yo homie over there with my bitch, I'm finna send some niggas over there to shoot the crib up. Talking about me.
So he said Youngboy called Von and said, your homie's messing with my girl, I'm sending dudes to shoot the crib up. Now, maybe that wasn't for the internet. I don't know, but it's on the internet now, okay? And it's been on the internet for years. And this literally, I don't know how this slipped me by. That's crazy. So he's saying Von's calling him, warning him, saying, yo, Youngboy about to, like, Youngboy sending dudes to shoot your crib up.
I've been out of jail for 2-3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really. So I'm damn. Feel me? Von called me concerned. I swear to God. He called me concerned. Bro, man, where you at? You with some hoes or something? So, he walk off. Man, this bitch ass nigga just called and said we're up. So Youngboy been doing shit behind the scenes. Yeah. Like picking with people though. So to his fans, he's just like, oh, like that's Youngboy, we love him, he don't do no wrong, but he doing little shit. So you can't just say Von the aggressor.
Well, I meant that particular night.
Yeah, with the.
So Vlad, shout out to Vlad, man, but I feel like Vlad maybe, just like it slipped me, Vlad might have not realized, like, wait a minute. What did you just say? Because I feel like Vlad was focused on, okay, I'm talking about Von being the aggressor that night, but it's like, wait, did you just say that Von was beefing with Youngboy over you fucking, like, what? So people in the comments are going crazy at this, right? And this is 3 years ago. I can't believe that this slipped me by. People saying, well, that meant that particular lie. LMAO, Breezy snitching, telling shit he ain't supposed to say. And Vlad be like, yeah, bro, I didn't need that information, but thanks. They're hating on Breezy. I don't hate on Breezy, man, because why not? Why not put that out there? I feel like that's not. Sounds like the shooting didn't happen. So it's like, is it telling? Is it telling if you're talking about someone was going to do a crime and they threatened you to, if someone says, I'm going to kill you, and they don't kill you, and then I hop online, I say, dude said he was going to kill me, ain't do shit. Is that telling? Like, no crime happened. Like, the feds aren't going to come and lock you up for not doing a crime, but hey. It says, yeah, no way you can call Vlad the feds when dude just started giving up some of the most specific information. He said from Just Blow Phone as well. He did say from Just Blow Phone about an incident that Vlad had no prior knowledge about without him even asking. So they're saying, Vlad, you can't call Vlad the feds because Vlad, you know what I'm saying? Vlad didn't have his notebook ready for that one. All right. He's saying steppers on their way 150 miles per hour. Right. Now we know why Breezy was sending the steppers, right? Vlad said Von was the aggressor that night. Breezy said, I know stuff internet people don't know. Just got out of jail. YB said this and that. Von called me. And Vlad said, yeah, for that particular night. And Breezy said, oh, yeah. Bro, I needed to hear Vlad. I needed to hear more. You should have asked more about this one, man. Oh, no. Send Youngboy trying to get his ass gift wrapped. And he out here telling Vlad. For real. It's like Youngboy, they gonna kill you. You better stop dissing them. Breezy, they gonna kill you. You better stop fucking that bitch. Like, what is going on? People saying everything ain't for the internet, proceeds to say some police ass stuff on the internet. I ain't gonna lie, Breezy be on some internet stuff and make himself look goosey. But this, I agree. This is basically useless hearsay for the police. It's an alleged conversation about hypothetical shooting that never happened, that can only be backed up by a dead man. Really, all this does is make police think that YB is involved in banging, and police would just shrug it off like, yeah, no shit. You guys worry about the wrong stuff. I agree with that, okay? Nobody talking about charges, but you all saying that Breezy are goofy for putting this out on the internet and they didn't need that to be public knowledge. I think we needed that to be public knowledge because that kind of changes everything. They're saying, dude knew if he spoke on Youngboy and 4K Trey and Von beef, he would get hella attention. But this one passed us by, I'm not going to lie. People hating on Breezy, all right, but we like Breezy, man. He didn't do nothing wrong. People saying 600 went outside. They're saying, what kind of police ass stuff you be telling YB sending out hits? We know YB sending out hits. You can call me the police if you want, all right? I done told you that. So people are super hating. They're saying it's policey, blah, 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 blah. But look, YB being investigated, all right? It's not telling. But the only time Vlad doesn't interrupt people is when they're incriminated. Stop it, man. Leave Vlad alone. Shout out to you for having Vlad TV Premium. Okay, this isn't even out, but it's now 3 years have gone by. Okay, he's saying he told on Youngboy. Hey, look, all right. I don't think it's telling. This didn't happen. There was no shooting that happened. But what this does tell us that is very, very interesting is that it sounds like the real reasons why King Von and Youngboy and Quando and Dirt and all of them were beefing. It does sound like females are a big part of it. Now, I would have never guessed that 600 Breezy was messing with Youngboy's girl that led to some of this. That caught me off guard. I cannot believe that, okay? Unfortunately, I think 600 Breezy is still locked up. You know, I heard that he had like a state case of, I don't really know the full details. It's been a little while since we've heard from that. I think he was getting moved from state to state. So it's free Breezy, man. You know, I don't think it was anything crazy. I don't actually know too much about the case, but what I do know, okay, is that he is a legendary figure in Chicago streets, Chicago drill, Chicago music, the rap game. You know, he was rolling with Drake. If you want to know more about Breezy, man, go watch my 600 documentary. There's a whole chapter about his kind of come up and his rise and his musical success, his big song Don't Get Smoked and all the other stuff that he did. You know, he was the original Iceman. He had the Iceman mixtapes. And they saying Drake kind of might be paying homage with his Iceman tapes. So shout out to Breezy, man. Shout out to the OG Iceman. And I just thought that this was a really interesting little take that, you know, I didn't really catch wind of at the time. I don't think it's telling. There's nothing to tell on. Nothing happened. He didn't get his house shot. He didn't say my house got shot up by YB. He just said someone was woofing on the phone. I would tell you guys, if someone called me woofing on the phone, I'm probably going to tell you guys. I'm probably going to say, yeah, Dirk's boys called me and said they was going to do this and that. All right. And then you're going to tell me I'm the feds. But at the end of the day, I don't owe loyalty to anyone. Like, I'm not in cahoots with you guys for your crimes. Okay. If you threaten to kill me, I'm probably going to hop online and tell everybody and be like, yo, if something happens to me, it was them. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be back with some more videos for you guys very, very soon. Just getting to terms with the new year's, you know what I'm saying? 2026, a whole new energy, man. I got a lot of stuff to plan out this year. I'm very excited. So thank you for locking in. It's going to be an amazing year. I hope everybody had a happy new year. I'll catch you in the next video, gang. I'm out here. Peace.